There are rumors that Gabriel Magalhães is being linked to a move away from Arsenal to a certain team in Italy. I'm here to rubbish them and really get you the real truth about that. I'm going to really undress those rumors and really dress you with truth onto that matter. We are talking about Youri Tielemans, already sold to Arsenal, in there for you. Serge Gnabry, a big update from Fabrizio Romano, rubbishing all the rumors and links to Arsenal in there for you. That means that he might be linked to Man City and Manchester United and any other team in there. Then we're talking about Paulo Dybala. Paulo Dybala, you know him very well. He's an Argentine international and he is a free agent. He refused to renew his contract at a side which goes by names of Juventus, and he's now a free agent, and we're going to talk about that too. We are talking Bernd Leno, who was in goal yesterday as Arsenal beat Ipswich Town by 5-1 in there for you. We are talking Gabriel Jesus. You know, he became a talk of town. There is no way you can do a video without talking about Gabriel Jesus and think until he'll be unveiled as a new Arsenal player. That's when we are really going to come in here and really at least cease talking about him in there for you. And very many other stories are lined up into this late edition onto Rokani Media Football. Welcome to our channel, which goes by names of Rokani Media Football. The person you see in front of your camera who comes in to really give you this news goes by the names of Rokani David in there for you. You can follow me on all social media platforms and you find me there and we'll do the needful in there for you. But I would like to thank you guys for the love. You guys are really giving us lots of love. The video we did for Chelsea is coming to 3,000 views. Thank you guys for liking in and subscribe to this channel. Then the recent one just done about Arsenal in 7 hours, it's having close to 4,000 views. You guys are really showing us love and continue to show us love, because each and every time you really like this video, share them and really view them loads, we get motivated. That's a sign of motivation to us if you never knew in there for you. So thank you guys for watching in. Smash the like button, comment and share, and if you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. Now, before I really get into other stories, I would like to come out and rubbish the Gabriel Magalhães rumor that is trending all over social media. I think yesterday it was really transported by Football Arsenal London. Though, when they did that artwork, they put a word rumor. Obviously, it's a rumor that Gabriel Magalhães is being linked to Juventus. Him being linked to Juventus would have been okay because he's one of the best defenders in the Premier League. And every team would like to get him because he's really good. And very few teams really have left-footed centre-backs who really play off the left side of the central defense. And in the modern game of football, you need a person like Gabriel Magalhães. But as things stand, what made it a typical lie was that the price that was really tagged onto that move, that they want to pay £25 million to a side which goes by names of Arsenal to get Gabriel Magalhães. That's a typical lie. That's a typical lie. Can I ask them, do you know how much he was really bought for from Lille, where he came in from? Arsenal bought him £27 million. And he had not yet reached the level he is at right now. Now, if I told you, tell me that you are buying him less money, what better describes that as a lie? It's a typical lie. It's a lie. It's a lie, and I really believe that loads of things should really be put to light. And these rumors, if I told you you're cooking a rumor, put some sense. Don't waste our time. We need you to put in some sense to know that at least, all right, what you're saying really has lots of proof to it. But if I told you you're saying things that have no proof, no evidence, no right to talk. So Gabriel Magalhães is still an Arsenal player. He's going nowhere. Juventus might look elsewhere. I've heard that they're really trying to go in and really complete the deal of Khalid Koulibaly from Napoli to cross to their side, or to cross from Napoli to Turin, to replace Matthias de Ligt, because Matthias de Ligt is either going to Bayern Munich or the side which goes by names of Chelsea. So that rumor has been rubbished. Then let's get into another story of a man who goes by the names of Bernd Leno. Bernd Leno is an Arsenal goalkeeper who was brought in at Arsenal, I think, was it Arsene Wenger or Unai Emery, one of those, brought him at Arsenal. And guess who really put him out of the picking order of Arsenal? It is Mikel Arteta, when he brought in a goalkeeper who goes by the names of Ramsdale, who really had a wonderful season, kept close to 13 clean sheets in a season. Something great. And if a goalkeeper does that, you have no reason you gave to really bench him in there for you. So Aaron Ramsdale is really a very good goalkeeper, and he's he's returning tomorrow on Monday to train, because he was part of the English national team that was playing in the UEFA Nations League, but they performed really bad in there. So Bernard Leno, story has been told us by Athletic UK that Mr. Bernard Leno, as you see there, Mr. Bernard Leno is in talks with Arsenal for the signing of Bernard Leno. Fulham are in talks with Arsenal for the signing of Bernard Leno. Obviously, this is going to be a very clear move, because Arsenal have brought in another goalkeeper who is going to act as a second choice goalkeeper, known as Matt Turner from America. He's an American international. He plays for the national team and is going to be in the World Cup in there for you. So as we speak now, Fulham are really accelerating those talks to see to it that Arsenal really agrees a deal with them, and I know they're going to take him at around, might be 5, 6, 7 million pounds in there for you, because he's left with 1 year on his contract. So Arsenal has started to get in money. Remember, they got in money from a player who goes by names of Guendouzi. Guendouzi left for Marseille on a permanent deal, 90.5 million pounds. Then if at all they get in some 5 or 6 from a signing of Bernard Leno by Fulham, that will equal to like 16 million pounds. They are really doing business very well, because they have to sell Pablo Mari, they have to sell Hector Bellerin, Maitland Niles, Nicola Pepe, though his story came in out that no suitors have really came in for Nicola Pepe. Reason is his salary in there for you is really blocking people from coming to really get him at Arsenal. Remember, he earns close to £170,000 a week. That is Nicola Pepe for you, and teams are saying we can pay that £30 million that you want, but the salary, is he willing to negotiate it down? That's what they're really telling Arsenal. So it looks like Arsenal has close to 7-8 players to sell. You get? They have close to 7-8 players to sell in this summer. So we wait and see what is really going to happen after the Fulham inquired a side which goes by the names of Arsenal in there for you. Will Arsenal sanction the move? Obviously, the answer is yes. Arsenal really wants this player out of its sight, because Mikel Arteta doesn't want him, though he was in goal when Arsenal was beating Ipswich Town 5-1, and he kept a clean sheet. And that one goal, it's the Okonkwo, the 18-year-old goalkeeper, who really conceded that goal in there for you. So we got another player had not even talked about or hinted about on the sales that Arsenal is supposed to make. He goes by names of Hector Bellerin. Ekrem Konoa, he's a French transfer journalist who is really second tier, nearing this first tier in there for you. But he's saying Villarreal plan to offer 10 million euros for Arsenal right back Hector Bellerin. What has really led to this? Villarreal got in a player who goes by the names of Serge Aurier, who was really chased away from Spurs when his contract went down. They told him, you're not going to renew it. He went at Villarreal, he played for like 6 months, and they told him, all right, your football is not really good here. And that's what Unai Emery told him. And Unai Emery is planning for a reunion with his former Arsenal right back, who goes by names of Hector Bellerin, who was at Real Betis. And yesterday in the game they beat Ipswich, he was the captain. He was the captain and playing very well. And you know, he's really good. He is really a flared bowler. You get the way he really flies on that right side. I remember those days when Buckley Sanya had left the side, which goes by names of Arsenal, and I think Buckley Sanya, then Hector Bellerin was introduced into the team of Arsenal. I think Eboe came in. No, it was Buckley Sanya who really came in after Eboe. Then Arsene Wenger brought in a player who goes by the names of Hector Bellerin, and he comes in from La Masia, also from the academy of Barcelona. So he brought him, introduced him on the field of play, and it was so much exciting in there for you. And we are all saying, oh my God, he's really young and exciting. But when Mikel Arteta came in, he really felt like he's not good enough to be in his team, and he loaned him at Real Betis. And this time round, he wants to sell him. But a team known as Villarreal has really gotten itself out, and they want to pay how many million pounds? They want to pay 10 million pounds for a player who goes by the names of Hector Bellerin to really get his services from Arsenal. So 10 million euros, I think they are too little. I think the minimum he can go for is going to be like 15, between 15 and 20. That's the minimum Arsenal can really hold on this player, because he's really talented. And Arsenal are really waiting on the deal of a team which goes by the names of Juventus, because Juventus looks like they are so much interested into this player who goes by the names of Hector Bellerin. And there are two players that play in the central midfield of a side which goes by the names of Juventus that Arsenal has always been linked to, Ari Rabiot and Arthur Melo. So if Arsenal can do a swap for any of those, and Hector Bellerin crosses aside to go the other side of Juventus, then one of those players can go in and cross that side. To me, I really believe that that is a fair deal for a side which goes by the names of Arsenal. And there were rumors that Hector Bellerin was linked to a move away to Atletico Madrid. But in this recently concluded week, news came in out from a side which goes by the name of Atletico Madrid that they are so much interested in a right back who goes by the name of Emerson Royal, who plays at Tottenham. But Antonio Conte said, no way we are selling this player. That's what Antonio Conte went ahead to say about that. So this deal of Hector Bellerin expected to heat up in the next 1 or 2 weeks, because Mikel Arteta wants these players to go away, and Arsenal needs to raise money to go in and buy in players that they really need in there for you, because the right back position looks like it's already sorted. They're having Cedric Soares and Tomiyasu, who really are so much convincing to the manager, who goes by names of Mikel Arteta. And them going into Europe is really something that is really going to give them enough playing time in there for you. Then San Martin B is a northern best football writer for the Sun newspaper in there for you. He goes ahead to tell us that Manchester United and Arsenal are monitoring Paul Dybala's situation. Paul Dybala is a player who played for Juventus, I think, for very many years, and people had always come in and told us that he's the next Messi. He's the next Messi always. Remember that very well. But guess what? We've waited for him. He's one of those players that has really had a very high ceiling. His ceiling was high, but he has not yet even reached a quarter of his potential. You get? And do you think it's Manchester United or Arsenal that are really going to uplift his career? I doubt. And I don't think Mikel Arteta can lay it in a player like Paul Dybala into his squad, because Paul Dybala comes in with a lot of commandments on him. He's a commanding player who will come here and tell you that I want to be a star player. You get? That is Paulo Dybala. And is United really going to go ahead and look for him because Paul Dybala can as well lead the line? He can lead the line. The departure of Cristiano Ronaldo, will it see Paul Dybala join a side which goes by names of Manchester United? I doubt. But you can't rule out anything. Anything in the game of football is possible. Is Paul Dybala going to go into Arsenal on a free, because he's a free agent, because Arsenal really have the money to pay him, because they missed out on Rafinha, because we know very well that Paul Dybala can play very well off the right side of the attacking midfield. He can also lead the line. So can Mikel Arteta go on and do that? Let's wait and see what happens either for you. But it's said that Manchester United and Arsenal are monitoring the situation of Paulo Dybala, that Argentine international who is really so much talented, but his talent has not yet been proven or portrayed on the field of play in there for you. Now, before I really go into this, because it's always on and off, let me first give you the reason as to why Gabriel Jesus had taken long without being announced as an Arsenal player. Gabriel Jesus' situation could be down to his visa. It was probably a 5-year visa, so he's had to get it renewed, probably delayed it due to his missus giving birth to his newborn in there for you. So what is really delaying the deal of Gabriel Jesus to be announced is that he had been given a visa of 5 years, and they have to renew it in there for you, and they are really waiting to see what is really going to happen from Gabriel Jesus' deal in there for you, and then they announce him in there for you. Secondly, I really thought that one of the reasons why Arsenal really gone ahead to delay this announcement is that they knew that Marquinhos is flying to London, and on Monday he's going to be in London. That is Marquinhos, and Marquinhos has not yet been presented to the fans of Arsenal, although he was officially announced, but they have not yet got him holding the shirt number that they're going to give him. So right now, I think I believe that on Monday or Tuesday, as Arsenal travel to Germany, they'll really go ahead and get in Marquinhos and give him that shirt number, and will be unveiled. So I don't expect Gabriel Jesus to be unveiled first than Marquinhos. It won't make news. It makes news better when you unveil Marquinhos, you get, then you bring in a high-profile signing that is Gabriel Jesus in there for you. And you know, most of the times I come here, I tell you that whenever I find something interesting on Twitter, I will bring it up. You get, there is a very big battle between Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal fans, and it has really extended its hands or stems to the main media, and they are now giving their own reservations or reactions and opinions. Then Tony Cascarino, you get, via Metro, he works for Metro, but via TalkSport. You know, TalkSport is one of those big radio stations in there for you, and they've just given Mark Goldbridge a job recently. You know, Mark Goldbridge of the United Stand, one of the talented YouTubers I've seen on planet Earth. He has come out and said about the comparison of Gabriel Jesus and Richarlison. It's always there because they're asking themselves, who is going to score more goals? There we go. Here's the answer. If you ask me now who will get more goals, who will get most goals, I would say Gabriel Jesus would get more goals than Richarlison for Tottenham. He's more versatile than Richarlison. I think Jesus ticks a lot more boxes, and they've got him a better piece. They've got him at a better price in there for you. I think his reasoning is okay, and to me, the reason that's why I really believe that Gabriel Jesus is going to score more goals than Richarlison is, where Richarlison went, he's not going to be the face of the project. You get? He is really going to fight for space because Harry Kane is the man who is leading that project. But at Arsenal, it's going to be Gabriel Jesus, and moreover, he's leading the line. Richarlison has been taking penalties at Everton. He has no chance of taking a single penalty when Son Heung-min and Harry Kane are on the field of play. No way he's going to take a penalty. So, minus all the penalties are supposed to take them off, the goals are going to score. Because we look at Spurs, they can get like 6 penalties or 7 in a season. You get? So, I will believe that it is really so much at that level. But Gabriel Jesus, I remember Arsenal. How many penalties did Arsenal get last season? Allow me check here. Is my laptop on really? Let me check here, guys, for a moment. I just want to really, how many penalties Arsenal got? I want to be exact on this. How many penalties Arsenal got 2021, 2022. Right. I just want to get to know. All right. When you look at Arsenal, they really got... Arsenal got 2 penalties. Arsenal got 2 penalties. So, those penalties they got, give them to Gabriel Jesus, and those are goals. So, and trust me, with the intensity Arsenal has really added on its attacking force, they are going to get more penalties this season. They are going to get more penalties this season, and I really believe that they're really going to go ahead and get more penalties in the... Hey, Arsenal got many because Bukayo Saka scored 2. I was looking at players who really scored penalties in there for you. When you look at Arsenal, Jorginho scored 6. That means Chelsea got 6 penalties. Let me see. Arsenal got like 5 penalties. You get? 2 were taken by Bukayo Saka. 1 was taken by Gabriel Martinelli. 2 others were taken by Alexandre Lacazette. There for you. Those are how penalties really went into this season that was concluded, and Arsenal really finished 5th into the Premier League. So that means Arsenal got 5 penalties. Without hesitation, if you are asked who is going to take those penalties this season, obviously it's going to be Gabriel Jesus. That shows you that Gabriel Jesus is starting this season with 6 or 7 goals of penalties with him. Trust me, Arsenal is going to get like 6 or 7 or 8 penalties this season. So he's a step further than Richarlison. That's why I really go ahead and really believe what Tony Carasino has really gone ahead to say in there for you on who is really going to score more goals in there for you. So I'm adding my voice to his that it's really going to be like that, and 100% believe that he was on point. Richarlison, no way is going to come in here and really score those goals. Even hitting double figures is going to be hard for Richarlison. Trust me, it's going to be hard for him, because him getting into scoring positions, he comes from afar. The only way that can save him is Hurricane getting an injury. When Hurricane gets an injury, then everything is okay and everything can go his side in there for you. Then we go to the story that has been the London Derby battle. Expect lots of things to be coming in through. And whenever I see something on Twitter between the battle of Spurs and Arsenal, that is the North London battle, I'll always come in here and really let you know about this. Then there is a story that came in through from the Star exclusive that Manchester United and Arsenal are on transfer collusion course again, this time over Serge Gnabry. Serge Gnabry is up for grabs at a cut price of £40 million as Bayern Munich want to cash in on him this summer rather than losing him for nothing. That is true. That is 100% true. Serge Gnabry has 12 months left on his Bayern deal and has rejected a new £220,000 a week offer to extend his stay. The Premier League elite have all been informed on his availability. Mikel Arteta is keen on Serge Gnabry as he chases an experienced forward. That was the Star. Guess what? #1 transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano came out and told this. He told us this, and Arsenal fans, don't hate me, don't hate Fabrizio Romano, but understand the truth and believe it and swallow it. Fabrizio is going to hate to tell us that understand Arsenal are not working to sign Serge Gnabry. He's not in the list. As things stand, Arsenal are now focused on different targets. Gnabry has FC Bayern new contract proposal still available. No decision made yet on player side. It's over to you, and now you know that this has been a rumor swirling around. So, but Arsenal should know that this is not the end of this. You might find Fabrizio Romano tweeting again like after 2-3 days that Arsenal have picked interest in Serge Gnabry, but I 100% believe that there is no way, even according to me, that Arsenal are really going to go in for Serge Gnabry. Reason, he plays better off the center forward and the left attacking side of the midfield. When you look centrally, they're having Edin Ketia, they're having Gabriel Jesus. Even he can play as a central attacking midfielder. And Arsenal has Fabio Vieira, and they have Martin Odegaard. Left attacking side of the midfield, very much packed and competitive. Emily Smith-Rowe and Martinelli are one of those playing that side. So trust me, no way they're really going to go in for a side which goes by names of Arsenal. You get? There is no way they're really going to go in for a side which goes by names of Arsenal, and 100% believe that was a hoax. Arsenal will look in for a player like Rafinha, who was left for Barcelona, so they are looking a player of such a quality in there for you. And they are looking for a central defender, they are looking for a central midfielder, and a right attacking midfielder in there for you. 3 more players to be brought in at Arsenal, because 4 already have arrived at Arsenal, and those are the departments they need to put right in there for you. Even a left back is needed by Arsenal. So Fabrizio Romano has been rubbished all that, and all Arsenal fans, that no one come in here to relight to you that it's possible in there for you. It's impossible, but it always seems impossible until it happens. That's what the late Nelson Mandela told us. Let's go to the battle of the central midfield in there for you. That Luke Edwards in there for you. Tele, he came out and told us this. He's a Northern football writer for the Daily Telegraph, also heard on the radio and BBC's Football Daily podcast in there for you. He went ahead to tell us that Newcastle likes Tielemans, but his wage demands would be a problem and wants to move to a club offering Europe football. Given most pressing requirement in this window now is to add goals to side with whatever money there is left. Seems very unlikely he'll join Newcastle in there for you. So it was rumored in the news that Manchester United and Newcastle are so much into the Youri Tielemans deal, and they look like they're going to hijack him from Arsenal. But it looks like Arsenal are really into a solo race for this lad who comes by the names of Youri Tielemans. Youri Tielemans is left with just 1 year on his contract at Leicester City, and Leicester City wants Arsenal to cough £14 million in there for you. Now, this is where we get the title of our story, that Youri Tielemans already sold to Arsenal in there for you. Now, Jacobs Ben, who broke the story of Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal, here we go, and he is really a reporter at CBBS, and he's a supporter of Leicester City, and he knows whatever is taking place in the room of Leicester City. He has come out and told us that, I think that Manchester United's potential interest in Tielemans, which is still to be stood up, could just catalyze Arsenal to make a bid. All may have Arsenal say, I'm sorry, but we are not interested. But I don't think United can beat Arsenal to Tielemans. First and foremost, he's saying they are just using it to really catalyze the deal of Arsenal. Sorry, they are catalyzing Arsenal to make a bid for Leicester City. Leicester is worried. The player doesn't want to renew a contract or extend his contract or his stay at a side which goes by names of Leicester City. Now, you'd expect stories like Newcastle is interested in him to come up, and Manchester United to give Arsenal a reason to come in here and really start to fidget to get in a bid that Leicester wants. And this is the perfect time that Arsenal has lost Rafinha to Barcelona. Chances are showing that Lisandro Martinez to Arsenal is not going their way. This is the right time, after Arsenal getting 2 snubs from their first priority players, to put in these stories and really put Mikel Arteta and Edu into a panic mode. Because these stories, obviously, will put them into a panic mode. They'll come out not to want to lose again. So I'm 100% sure that it might be a story being put up by either Leicester City or the agent of a side which goes by the names of Youri Tielemans to speed up the deal or the bid of Arsenal. But Arsenal look like they're in a comfort zone. They know they've already agreed personal terms with Youri Tielemans, and this is close to a year because they agreed personal terms way back. They agreed personal terms way back in June last year. So it's now a year they have agreed personal terms, and now Youri Tielemans is really waiting for a move to a side which goes by names of Arsenal, and Arsenal is the one lagging this deal behind. So Jacobs Ben continued to sell Tielemans. He's fully sold on a move to Arsenal. So if Manchester United were to bid for Tielemans, they will only get him if Arsenal decide that's fine. Go ahead and take the player. It's not really a head-to-head in there. So it looks like Arsenal is really in this race alone. They are leading this race. No one can really come in here to stop them and get the player they want. So Youri Tielemans, he's fully sold on a move to Arsenal. That's what Jacobs Ben has really come out and told us in there for you. So those are the stories I really wanted to bring to you, and this is the last story that we are doing in here for you. And maybe tomorrow, when God allows us to work, we'll be here bring you all the news. But Youri Tielemans for Arsenal, looks like Arsenal are really taking their time because they know this deal is already done, and they want Leicester City to go on their knees and they will tell them, please get us the £25 million because that's the money you can afford to get us. Because if you don't get us that money, that means in January transfer window we are selling this player at £5 million. You get? It happened on a player who goes by the name of Zakaria. Borussia Mönchengladbach sold him to Juventus at just £3 million. That player, if at all he was tied on a 2-year contract, his value would have been like 40 or 50 million pounds. But because he was left with just 6 months to end his contract, and he had said no to renewing his contract, they said, all right, we won't let you go out on a free. Let a team that can get us £3 million come in here and take you. Obviously, Juventus came in and really took the player, or they was linked to Arsenal, Manchester United, and very many other teams. So Leicester doesn't want to find itself in that situation, and I really believe that they can live without Tielemans because they already planned a life without Tielemans way back last summer when they brought in so money in there for you. So I sign out for now. Your reactions are welcome to the comment section below. Smash the like button, guys. Thank you for spreading the love. Sign out for now. Good night, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, depending on where you are watching us from.